baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing I would take for granted. With me, we'll make it through. Takes two hearts to fix heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling. Ooh.
Yeah, I wanna be a real one day. Heaven leaves me up from somehow stronger now,
So I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wish that I could be stronger, so I can be a real one day. So I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wish that I could be stronger, so I can be a real one day.
sweet goodbyes. I won't cry,
Oh man.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Oh man, oh man. Not again. Yeah.
this video lighting I think is unmessable. Ni light tadi frame kona low light.
Chad, what is going on, baby? Let's see what is going on here on the markets today. Let's just make sure, as you guys can see, I don't know why, I think something is a little bit off with our audio. Let me just get Bonang's camera up here, guys. Let me just get his camera up. There we go. There's my brother. Alright.
Smooth.
Chad, I hope you guys are locked in and loaded. The sound sounds chalked. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. My own audio now, I literally can't even hear anything in my ears. That is so weird. Hold on.
Oh, I happy.
Yeah, Chad, we just trying to. I'm just doing a check here quickly. Hold on, I don't know what's going on here. If we had an audio setting change, what's going on? But yeah, audio. Whew, I don't know what's going on there. Hey, Bonang, but how you doing today, my brother? Hey, but I think you muted there, my brother.
I'm well, sir. How are you?
Nah, good. No complaints. Yeah, so Chad,
smooth.
we were just waiting to get Bonang on there, and then as I said, I'm just trying to figure out what is going on with this audio. Like, everything's soft, but yet it is like peaking on our soundboard. I don't know what's going on here. Very confused for it. But Chad, nonetheless, let's get into it. You guys can see, so at the moment, it's myself, Bonang. Cribbo will be joining us a little bit later. He just had to do some stuff this morning. He'll probably be here in, like, let's say 20-30 minutes or so. Then he'll be here with us. He lives it every day, lol. I blame her. Bro, I also, that's what we say. We leave at someone, we always come here first thing in the morning. Our audio is different. I don't get it. But Chad, we are ready. We're going to lock in. We're going to get ready to go here. I see, hey, Bonang, the setup changing again there, my brother. I love the certificates.
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
we
sir.
go.
Thank you. That's my vault funder. That one, 500 Dow.
Hey, beautiful stuff.
Too much, man. Yes.
Hey, we love it. We love it. But Chad,
Yes, sir.
let's get right into it now. As always, if you're new and you haven't been there before, we open up the stream with a prayer, and I'm going to hand over to my main man, Mr. Bonang, for that.
All right, thank you. Let us pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, we are your children. Good morning, Holy Spirit. Father, you did not leave us alone. You left us with the Comforter, the Holy Spirit. We pray, Lord, that the Holy Spirit guide our tongue. Whatever we say shall proceed from the holy places. And whatever we do shall not offend anyone, but lead them to salvation. Above all, Father, we pray that you help us to help others. As we proceed today, Father, may your Holy Spirit help our minds to think straight, take proper decisions, and execute accurately for the sake of our lives. May we be delivered from poverty. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Chad, if you guys agree with all that beautiful message over there, you guys can drop an amen in the chat, because then we know he is here and present with us, and we are already going to take that positivity and prosperity into the markets, Chad. But let's get over to it. I'm actually going to hand over to Bonang, to you first, my brother, because I think you
All right.
most probably already locked in and loaded and ready to go. So let's just get your
No problem.
screen up here. There we go. Cam, over to you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Somebody says, Bonang, what's with the scissors at the back? That scissors is just a design. Isn't it nice? Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. It's just a design anyway. There's nothing wrong with that scissors. It's a gold scissors. All right. Let's go deeper on the market, but not that much of anything. I'm currently running sales on US30 right there. Is this US30? Yes, US30 sales. I am on sales. Well, as of yesterday, I saw myself having to hold onto these drawdowns. Currently holding onto the drawdown of US30 here. Remember, I don't use stop losses. So currently on a drawdown, expecting the market to break back into that zone. So what am I expecting today? I'm expecting the market to reject from this level. That should be my support, resistance area for the day. This whole scenario or this whole area here should be my resistance for the day. This area here. Right, from there, we want to see the market coming back into the deep. Well, let me tell you something. If you check the market today, the market is actually bullish based on the mathematics. Let me show you something. I'm just going to remove these lines so that no one gets to be confused. Right, according to the mathematics, price is projected to be actually going up from this price, which is our buy entry, all the way to 43,596. That's the target for the buys. But the reason why I'm not buying, it's simple because of this area here, which for me, I deem it as a resistance. So having to see my buy entry sitting at a key zone like that, automatically tells me that that is a weaker buy, so we cannot buy at that level. So anything can happen, means I can't buy at a resistance or at an all-time high. I hope this makes sense. So I can rather sell and look for a discount and then buy later. So that's what I'm going to be doing, selling where the price is, coming to this key zone here, and then remember, yesterday we had an entry which was our buy entry. This entry was never retested, which is a CV that always works as a magnet. It failed to be tested. So today the market is actually calling for this key zone to be broken back into that zone of yesterday. So that's why this low here will be broken all the way to yesterday's ERB, which becomes the previous close. So basically that's the scenario that I have here with me. So buying, I'm not comfortable with it. I would rather sell. I would rather also as well have my stop loss halfway towards the take profit of these buys today. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. But I cannot be buying. I'm not comfortable with that. Rather stick with sales. That's US30. NASDAQ, jumping into it, same scenario. But NASDAQ has not really reached my stop loss level. NASDAQ, according to the mathematics again today, is projecting to be very bullish all the way to 22,524. Right, it's month end, guys, so there's a possibility that this market continues all the way up, rallying, and never looking back. But also same situation, same scenario is what we are experiencing here today. The market is sitting at an all-time highs, one would say. Now, that high for me usually becomes my resistance, right? So the CV entry at a high pointing all the way up is what happened actually yesterday. Similar situation, we saw that here, but the market then went all the way up. Nevertheless, there is a fact here, PRV, that CV was not retested yesterday, or I mean to say break of structure was not retested yesterday. So we want to see this market coming back into that zone. So that's why we are selling. Now we are doing what we call logic or experience here. Now, buys are going to be projected to 22,524.7. As for today, that's the target for buys. If you are buying, that's your target there. And then looking at the scenario here, for me, that's a strong or kind of a resistance. I cannot, and also it has reached my almost take profit of the 17th. So at that level, I'm expecting a decline, right? I think I mentioned this so many times. I spoke about this being my selling zone. So why should I change again today? Though the mathematics is pointing up, I think the best way to do for me is to go for discounts first before I push the market up. So this thing is to come here, and from here maybe back into the PRV, and then we can buy all the way from there, right? If the market goes up now, then I will be selling all the way when the take profit has been hit. However, if this market does not go up, comes down here during New York session, I'm closing my eyes and I'm buying. That's basically what I can do right now. Right, going to gold. Chris actually won yesterday, the Berkeley that we were in. Chris won. That's that buy. Unfortunately, you see now, I think from what happened yesterday, we can learn a lesson. What is the lesson that we can learn? Too many opinions in your trade can cause you to take another decision otherwise. So for me, I was selling. My brother Chris was buying. He was very, very much accurate on that buy. You can see how powerful that buy went. But because I was on sales, he actually said I'm closing because Bonang is on sales. I'm supporting my brother. So he lost money because of supporting me. He didn't really lose, but I saw that he went on a break even somewhere here. So that was a very powerful buy there from my brother Chris. And I believe that this should be a lesson learned from other people as well, that know what, do not allow opinions to be on your trades. Let them run. So currently running sales, well, there is an issue here. The mathematics today is pointing all the way up, and there's also a gap that was abandoned during the opening here. So the market may actually fill that gap there. What am I doing today? Well, because of my sales were not reached, my take profit was not reached as per the mathematics, I'm still holding on to my sales because they are back into my entry. I'm not changing my mind there. I would rather actually stretch my stop loss all the way above that. I think even the risk reward ratio allows me to do so. So I can be selling in here, this zone here. This will be my selling zone. Let me see people typing 2Gs on the stream to see if people are awake or sleeping. This is a lesson learned, no opinion. If you are selling, sell. If you are buying, buy. Don't allow anyone to come and tell you what to do. You will lose money there. So that's what I can say. Disclaimer, this is not financial advice. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. And I hope the community is entertained. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kicks. Thank you, my brother.
There we go. Beautiful stuff there, Bonang. All right, Chad. So
Yes,
let's start us off. Let's have a look quickly at the fundamental chat. Not too much today. Obviously, we have a lot happening. There still is that geopolitical tension. But new London session, pretty much smooth sailing. We're going to see New York, 4 p.m. You got obviously power testifiers again and new home sales. But again, after what we saw yesterday, nothing too crazy. I think from tomorrow, these events is something we'll see a little bit more volume with. But today, nothing too much there. Starting them with the dollar, guys. I'm still going dollar bearish. I think we could have a possible little bit of a turnaround. But I am going to go a little bit bearish here still. So again, you guys know I've been sounding like a broken record about it, but I'm looking for that 97,000 area. End of the day now, this 4 hour can look just to give us that retest, hold that monthly S1 as a rejection, and then come back down. Otherwise, very simply, if it does get above that monthly S1, we're going to see that gap fill, and then we're probably going back up to the weekly pivot. I always say to you guys, remember, this is all about a game of probabilities at that point. So we're going to see what happens. But as I say, I am neutral with more of a bearish outlook. Going over to NASDAQ and the indices really going strong over there. So bullish momentum, remember we spoke about this yesterday with that key area. We wanted to see if it closed back above, which it did. A lot stronger than previous, so I definitely am going to remain bullish. We did actually land up taking out the all-time high yesterday. Now, two things are going to happen, guys. This is where I want to monitor. As much as I'm saying I'm bullish, we've seen this in the past. If we take that all-time high and pull back, this is where those sells can come in. So we're going to be very, very careful. Two things I want to see. If we approach that all-time high, you guys know very simply we are not selling if we get to that all-time high. But if we get to it and then later on, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Let's say we trade here now. There's that all-time high. We literally took it at basically the end of session last night. But we trade there, we rejected, we came down. If we do break lower, I'm still not going to say necessarily I'm going to sell then. What I want to see is if we break higher and we technically take that previous daily high, which is all-time highs now, if we take that level and then we reject again, once we get back into the Asia highs, that's how I'm going to look to sell. Reason being very, very simply is just because for us now, that is the case of taking all-time highs, no volume being shown. We've seen this how many times with gold. If you guys have been here before, that is when that rejection is going to come in. So for those sells to be valid for me, I want to see us invalidate those highs again and then turn around. But if we do something like this, we take it and we hold there, and then that's where we want to see that drive come in. So very, very simple stuff there. But while we go in, yeah, again, Asia highs, monthly R1, weekly R2, there's so many areas of volume right here. This thing can literally just consolidate, have a little breakout, consolidate. I'm not really going to touch that over there. Going over to US 30. Now, we spoke about this, that US 30 could be playing catch up, obviously, if you think of it this way. NASDAQ, all-time highs. US 30, very, very far from all-time highs. But we finally have broken out that range. Remember, we tried to break out to the downside, tested our key area, held support. Now we traded back up. We are at that next key area over here. But you guys can see this is a lot of the time very, very clear sailing. So in the past, two things are going to happen. We most likely are definitely going to retest that 43,000. And we want to see if that holds as support. So the big thing is for us now, if we look at the market over here, good chance we could, as you say, trade down, have that retest of 43,000, and then have that bullish continuation. But if we trade bearish and we fail to hold support, USD is going to go back downtown, and that obviously lines up with the idea that NASDAQ could also have the sell-off. Keep in mind, NASDAQ obviously very reliant on the companies. The companies in the NASDAQ are doing very well. For example, NVIDIA, which is a big driving force. We saw that a few months ago when NVIDIA was in that massive, massive drive to the top side. That purely carried NASDAQ, and we could be seeing something very similar to that. So US 30, again, still a neutral outlook purely because we want to watch for that retest of support. But at the same time, the fact we did close above that 43,000, we are naturally going to be switching over to buying mode. Okay, so we're going to see what happens over there. Then with gold, that is the last one. The big thing for us, guys, we are bearish and we had the idea of being neutral. And again, please understand, I am bearish on technicals. The only reason I'm saying I keep the idea of having that buy in the back of my head is because of geopolitical tensions. That is it. So there's nothing else that's really driving that. So it's more geopolitical on the fundamental side that is just keeping the back door open for those buys. We spoke about the idea that if this broke bearish, obviously we said to you guys, monthly pivot was going to be the target. We obviously lost a little bit of momentum after breaking the weekly S1, getting back above. Now that's the thing. This can literally on a Wednesday, guys, become the low over here. So you could see something in this aspect where this is your low, because we always talk about Monday, Tuesday, you see the opposite direction. From Wednesday to Friday, you're going to see a continuation play to go make the other opposite of the weekly candle. So if this becomes the low on our weekly candle, we're going to trade bullish to now make a high on the weekly candle. So keep that one in mind. That's a very key aspect there for you guys. Just think about that. So today, this literally can be the low. We can hold here and go bullish all the way back up to the weekly pivot. But at the same time, if this fails to hold support, that's where that sell is definitely going to come in, and that bearish move is going to continue. So all I'm going to do to break it down for you guys, very, very simply, we can look at Asia highs, Asia lows. All I'm going to do is monitor this. We are going bullish. We're failing to go lower. So what I want to do now is if we break higher now, that's how I want to take the buy. Because of the reason we've shown we tried to go for that taste of Asia lows, the buyers are just not giving it up. We're going to look bullish. But if we break lower now with that momentum, that's how I'm going to look to see Asia lows being taken, the sweep of the lows, and the continuation sell. So that's pretty much the gameplay for today. Chad, on that note, markets are open. It is round 5. Ding, 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 ding. Fight.
Round 1. Fight.
So
Let's
see
go.
what happens.
Bonang, make your frame straight. Yeah, I will. This thing is not done. It's still on construction. There's going to be a waterfall like this, or water falling there. So we are still
Hey.
constructing it. Don't worry.
There you go, Chad. Chris has bridges in his house, but Bonang's having waterfalls. It's
Yeah.
we're building our own little cities here.
I'm telling you.
Here
Allow
we
me to
go.
enjoy myself.
If the man still revenge trades, it's just a matter of time, not when. Wait, what are we talking about here, Chad? Lot size matters, episode 1. As you said, guys, really glad you're enjoying it. We did shoot episode 2 yesterday. The more I want to say, the continuation chat. For those that did watch, obviously we had the bit of hot takes at the end from my side. Basically, we continue that chat this time around. Chris's hot takes on the industry and a few things happening in the industry and where we are moving forward. So definitely go check that one out. We're going to put it in a simple aspect to give you guys a little bit of excitement for it. My episode was more, let's talk about it. We obviously, I think a big topic at that time was prop firms. My episode was being a prop firm trader and what I think and see from that side. The other side with Chris, and what makes it very interesting, is it's the same conversation, but how does it look coming from the CEO of a prop firm and what he sees on the back end. So very, very interesting outlook and takes there. So if you guys enjoyed episode 1, definitely keep the lookout for when episode 2 drops. Mr. Prophet, what's the meaning of the golden scissors?
It's just a design. So people would think that I'm a devil now with these scissors. What's wrong with that scissors? Listen, this is the scissors we used to officiate the studio yesterday. So that scissors will be the same scissors I will use to officiate a private jet. Everywhere I go, I will use that scissors. You understand?
There we go.
So everything that goes there is value. Certificates for funded. Actually, this is too small. There are many of them. Certificates. Even at the back, if we flip that board like that, there are many certificates at the back. So that scissors will use it to cut or unveil new things. New car again, we'll use that scissors. New house, we'll use that scissors. Yeah, so
he's in South Africa.
Golden scissors symbolizes prosperity. Yeah, so self-defense scissors. Yeah, golden scissors symbolizes prosperity. Thank you.
Gives them where you can put that label.
So another one says we'll use it to chop the money.
Yeah, Carl, I did actually have it. It just from where the charts are. Funny enough, but you guys don't see it, but our screens are obviously cut. So it was there, but it's just off screen. So there's the gold one, and then there is USD now. Yeah, as I say, guys, please just take note of that. It's just because I hate having a watermark on my screen. I know other guys do it, but it distracts me so much when I'm trading. Can prices to the high, you need to cut it. Hey, champ, thank you, no shit, brother. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. How do we both have it on NAS going down? It's my brother. We've had it before. We spoke about it. They obviously can move in tangent with each other, but keep in mind, you're looking at intra time frames. So what we mean by that is, if you look at gold, let's do it this way. Let's go to a 1 hour. If you go to a 1 hour, you can definitely say gold's having a bearish move. Okay, but if we go to NAS, you can't tell me NAS is bearish. NAS is clearly bullish. It's just that when you go into a 5 minute, or let's even say a 1 minute, now you're gonna sit here and go, oh, NAS is going down. But again, you're taking out the idea of the bigger picture. So always don't let yourself get confused by intra time frames, and that's why we always say you got to do a top down analysis. 'Cause even if we go out to the 15, even on the 15 minute, you can still say it's holding. Now, Chris and myself have always spoke about this. You kind of wrong one, sorry. You kind of at the level of having equal highs to a point, but what's happening? Your lows are getting higher the whole time. So this is almost going to become a point of friction, and you want to see what's going to happen. I think a lot of guys always talk about these as your wedges, but the idea, you've got a flat level holding with all that volume there. Now you got this, yes, you're going to want to see what happens, but you're going to see price come in. But as you said, when you do look at that higher time frame, it kind of reminds you that it's not actually bearish on that time frame, if that makes sense. But keep in mind what I did say. Again, I don't want to contradict myself and make you confused here now, but as much as we say that, this is still, as we spoke about there, that an all-time high was hit and we didn't see a drive of volume to continue bullish. We literally drove, I think all-time highs was like, yeah, somewhere. We wicked it and turned around. So, yeah, at the same time, that's why we are saying we are alert of the idea that that sell-off can be there, but right now this can hold that monthly R1 and then turn around. Let's take Uncle Chris's tip of all-time highs. There we go. There's no way to remove the watermark on the 2Gs indicator, right? You can make it less, Kyle. Ask one of the guys in the Project G group. I can't even tell you how the guys did it, but I know the guys did figure out a way that they make it not as intense. What up, family? We are back. Hey, what's up? What's up? Market active any day. We trading ranges 100%. When they said golden scissor, I thought it was a new indicator. Hey.
This scissors is very deep. Anyway, it's fine. I'll post about the revelation. I'll write something and I'll post it on Instagram. I'll take a picture, nice picture of that scissors and put it there. I think it's the one that caught your attention here. So it has a meaning. So I'll put it there. Don't worry. But did you even check the trades that we took, though, or you are just looking at my scissors? Are you on the trades, or you are within the scissors? All right, I took sales on NASDAQ. I'm selling NASDAQ. I'm also selling US30. I'm holding my sales on gold since yesterday. But those certificates are silky smooth. Bonang. Yes, thank you, my brother.
All right, Chad. So I'm going to be back in like 3 minutes. But obviously, you guys are in safe hands with Bonang. But I'll be back literally in a few minutes, guys.
See you soon. That's NAS 100, and then this is US 30. So this market is open, similar situation as of yesterday, guys. No movement again. Maybe New York session. I just don't like the way the market is slow. Tuesday, Wednesday. No. cutting the market. There's very powerful revelation behind that gold signal, guys. It marks a new season. We are opening everywhere. Yeah, markets are misbehaving. Very, very funny. Hola, family, we are back. Word of the day, I'll post it there on Instagram, but it's simple. Do not fight a rich man. Don't let poverty make you to fight a rich man. Don't let poverty make you to fight a rich man. You're asking about the stop loss? How many SL points, brother Bonang? Hey! Do I even know how to count points? It's halfway towards my take profit. So from entry to 43,596, half of it. So it's 43,36,4. I think, remember, I still have sales of yesterday that I'm holding here. I don't use stop losses, so I'm still holding. I'm on a drawdown, and I added new fresh sales there again. So let me do this, stretch this thing here so that you can see these sales of yesterday. They are small anyway, and then they are still running. And then I added new trades there. I hope this makes sense. Jesus. Yeah, so basically these cells here are still running, and then let's see how that goes. I don't usually use stop loss, man. It's in my mind. Did you sell? What did you sell? Which one? Okay. Today you chose USD, not NASDAQ. NASDAQ has been misbehaving, eh? But you go into money, you don't take money. That's the thing. You make profits, you feel like it's not enough. You're waiting for it to hit TP. It can't. It's misbehaving now. Bonang, yesterday you said the mathematics on NASDAQ were looking bullish, but you didn't close your sales. Why did you go against the mathematics? Well, I went against the mathematics because it had reached an all-time high, a target. Or not really going against it. Why? Because it had reached take profit. You see, these buys, we're sitting at a buy take profit. So obviously when we reach a buy take profit, we want to see market retesting the entry level. So that's what was not. It went deep in, we closed, and then went up, right? So we wanted to see the market retesting our entry level. Broken structure was never tested yesterday. I hope this makes sense. So I sometimes, like today, it's bullish, like you can see, and today is even worse. It has not even reached my target, but I'm choosing not to buy. It can be a trap for me. That's an all-time high trade. I'm not comfortable with that. Even though the mathematics is pointing to 43,596, I at least would want to buy at a support, which is the low or the previous close. And then it's a discounted price. And then from here, I can go up. If I buy here, I am bound to suffer the drawdown because of levels that were not tested yesterday. So yeah, it happens sometimes. You have to take tough decisions looking at how the market conditions are. You understand? Yeah. And then there's somebody who said I must tell them about Bonang, tell us a little about your copy trading. While I'm still learning, it would be nice to make some cash on the side. But for the working man, it's difficult to be copy trading is just a bit complicated. I'm even trying to stop it now, but we can continue that service. It's something that we do. We do, but unfortunately, these indices, they don't. They are not friendly to small accounts. So, if you put your 2,000 there, maybe on a standard account, and the way we trade, that your 2,000 is small. Unless you do micro account, then we can do that copy trading.
I agree with you.
Yeah, because 2,000, and people, they will give me small accounts, and then now it's like you are taking me back to my beginning days. I started there, and I know how much painful it is to trade a small account. I'm telling you, along the run, you will see how much money you have lost. I personally, Chris, when I discovered that I'm in deep problems, it's when I checked my 3 years history of my broker account.
You don't want to do that. That hurts when you see that big number.
Yeah, it said minus 141,000. By that time, I'm in a one room and no money, no. And I was like, so all this while I could have had 141,000 in my account if I kept on saving, keeping that money. So along the run, it will hurt you. Sorry for going against you on NASDAQ retreated yesterday, Bonang, but I'm up 4% from being down Monday. Okay, enjoy yourself. You went against me. You don't need to apologize to me. You learn it in a hard way. Because remember, guys, this is not a financial advice. You can actually do contrary to what I do and make money. There's nothing wrong. Or even lose money. Don't worry. It's not monetary. It's lesson wise and educational. So which means losses also should be education. You are learning. But either you learn it the hard way or in a good way.
London, yeah, you can still do it that way, my brother. It does work, obviously, so you can still do it that way. The bank details and stuff option, if you just want to do a normal bank transfer, just obviously then send the guy support, just proof of payment or anything like that, just so that they can track it. Because that's the thing, when the guys do bank things, we have to then go look through bank statements to go find it. So as long as you can then just send them a proof of payment, it just makes it a lot easier for them. But yeah, you can definitely still do it that way, my brother. So don't stress about that. How is NASDAQ and gold? Very rangy. They're not doing much.
Word of the day, I will post the video, but let me try and say it again since we are already on stream. But please go and view that video so that you learn. Word of the day today is do not fight a rich man, or do not allow poverty to cause you to be emotional. Poor people are emotional people, but they feel like they're too special to be otherwise. For example, on that video I said, let's think about the scenario I had. I'm sorry to say this, but it's a good example. The scenario I had with Vault Funder. Vault Funder paid me 500,000, and then after payout they sent me an email closing my account. So if I was a poor man or poor-minded person, I was going to shout and fight at Vault Funder, go all over the internet and speak things about Vault Funder and say, you people, you are wicked. Why did you close my account? This and that and that and that. And then Vault Funder will mark me and avoid me. They will be like, this is not a good man. Then what happens? I was never going to be on stream today. No, Chris was never even going to remember about me because I start to go around bad naming them. So don't fight a rich man. Then I also said it, coming to the scenario of me and Commit Capital. Okay, before we even talk about Commit Capital, let's talk about Higgs and Chris. If I fought Higgs and Chris today, do you think I'll be on stream sitting here today? Before we even talk about being on stream here, do you know what these people have achieved in life that I must fight them? I have to actually learn from them. One, I don't have a prop firm, and it is my desire to launch a prop firm. I once tried it. I attempted to open Trading Partners Act prop firm. I failed to get the technical side. I failed to get the broker side. But these men have those things. So if I go around fighting the people who can actually unlock more doors for me, that's bad. You don't fight big people. They can be not big to you because you are too proud. Poverty says, no, nay, you deserve the right thing. My guy, you don't fight a rich man. When we say rich man, we are talking about people with resources. These people own a prop firm, man. They have it. Technical support, everything there. Then you want to go around on the internet shouting people who can actually help you. So let's not fight.
Nah, but you know what? I think that goes down to Chris and myself have always said this. It's that small mind mentality where people think they need to have the whole pie for themselves. Where people don't realize when you share the pie and you bring more people to your table, the more food that's going to come to the table.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. And it's, you know what? Hey, it's an idea of I might take a little bit less now because I'm giving to others. But it's what we always talk about. You plant that seed now and you reap the reward later. And that's why at the end of the day, bro, we so happy to be able to be in a position that, for example, we can give someone like you an opportunity to be on a stream and to be on these things because you deserve it. So it helps you grow. It helps everyone grow. It's a win-win for everyone. Yes, maybe we don't see any physical reward now, but we will have those blessings later in our life, and it might come in a different form. We always talk about this. People, for example, pray for a blessing. Now, you don't sit there and say, Lord, please, I'm in financial problems. Give me $1 million. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and there's magically going to be $1 million in your bank account. That's not going to happen. But what happens is God will open the door and give you the opportunity. Would you just see it as a, let's call it like now, the stream. The stream can be a business opportunity. But in 2 years' time, this business opportunity will make you $1 million. And that was the Lord opening that and providing you what you prayed for. But because it's not in that physical, tangible thing that people pray for, they go and say, you know what? I'm not ready. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take this. So people always turn down those opportunities and those blessings.
Yeah. And then we go to a situation. Somebody's asking, do they close accounts when there's a big payout? Let me tell you something. I went to Vault Funder I think when they launched. The day they launched is the day I purchased an account. So that's business, right? So I went in there when they were starting their business. That is, you can see how risky that could be. So, well, you don't understand the business of prop firms. That's why you end up saying, so they close accounts because of this. But you have to understand how prop firm operates itself in order for you to know why the risk team decided to close my account. They actually said, they sent me an email. Look here, we are going to close your account. A risk management team has decided to do so. When we say risk, we are talking of a company that is looking at their financials or whatsoever business is starting. Yeah, the whole risk department. Then they take a decision to say, no, we can't proceed with this individual for now. So because if I didn't understand, I was going to be fighting them. But I was not going to have a friend like Chris or Kix today, simply because I was too proud to understand or too proud to bow to the current pressure that was there by that time. Going to Commit Capital. Guys, Commit Capital is in Santen. Santen, we are talking of a place where the rich people are, number one. Number two, they are in a building, very expensive, Sasol building. That building alone, they took the 5th floor. All of that floor, they took it. Don't worry, I'm still explaining to you. These guys have got 2 brokerages. They have RCG markets. They have space markets. They have a new one now where they give you liquidity and technology for your broker. These guys. It's called Fluteware, what. So they're running an organization, 3 organizations at one. Similar with Vault Funder. They're running 2Gs, they're running this, they're running that. And then me, myself, with my small 1,000, I want to be fighting such people.
You know, sorry, Bonang, Ricardo, yes. just to add, like, the guys, you have to understand, as much as prop firms are an amazing thing and they're there for the people and they are there for the trader, it's, as Bonang's saying to you, it's still a business. There still is a business model. Yeah. And end of the day, a business, if you, how do I say this without it sounding rude? If you are a liability to the company can choose to not do business with you. So there's times the business can completely chalk you and not even pay you, and that's wrong. In these situations, you still honor the payment, you still honor everything, but after that you say, listen, we don't want to do business with you anymore. We don't want to, we're pulling out the contract. Now, you have to understand, guys, there's levels to this. And as much as we do this, even let's say, and again, I always want to use as an example, we always talk about them as the benchmark, FTMO has done this. Because what's happened is, I've always said to guys, FTMO has built a platform. They have QuantLane where they bring in the traders to trade for them. But now what happens if that trader turns around and declines that deal? Now you've got one of the biggest boys on their platform declining a QuantLane contract. So he's not going to trade for you. He's just going to keep using your services and you're going to pay him out. They have also chalked traders. Again, everyone who knows Bernard literally holds the record for being on FTMO's leaderboard the most amount of times. Hey, we're talking has had payouts of millions of dollars, not rands, dollars. And eventually, what happened? They turned around after how many years and said, you know what, Bernard, enough's enough. We've paid you so much money. We're calling it a day. We're wiping our hands. We wish you the best. We offered you a QuantLane deal. You turned it down. So, unfortunately, we don't want to do business with you anymore. And that's it. And again, it is a business. So, they have all the right to do that if they want to do that. It's not and as what Bonang's saying, you need to not think of it in a negative aspect. You need to be someone who doesn't now go and throw your toys out the cot and go do this and go do that. We always talk about it, Chad. If one door closes, another door's going to open. You just need to go find what the other door is now.
Yeah. And then that's what triggered the word of the day today, to say you can't fight an advantaged man when you are disadvantaged. That means you have to learn from the, I'm simply saying, if I overreacted and I said, these people are just something else, and then I wouldn't be where I am today, or I wouldn't learn. At the end of the day, like I told you, they have what I don't have. I want to have my own prop firm as well. So that's another business side that I'm also looking at, the fact that I want to have a broker, personal broker. I want to have a prop firm. These are two things that I want to have, and somebody has them. The only way I can do is to befriend such an individual.
The thing is,
Chad,
off-grid vision, there is other stuff, my brother, but it's not our. Again, you have to understand, when you trade and you sign contracts, you're also not allowed to disclose these things and talk about it. But there is other things, my brother.
US state is very bullish. I do not see sales playing out even from a fundamental perspective. All right, Muteo, not a problem, my brother. I do agree with you.
Chad, going short gold. We'll build shorts. Hey.
Will build shorts. Oh, nice. Let's see.
There we go,
It's
Chad.
Chris who is
That's Chris,
commenting.
yeah. So he's obviously
Where
watching.
are you,
Chad.
sir? Where are you?
Chad, he's gonna be here shortly. Don't you worry.
Reveal yourself.
Same goes for Burn Keegs. He ended up making his own prop firm. Exactly, guys. That's just how it goes. That's the name of the game. It's nothing. Again, people are thinking negative about it. That's not the point. I've all my life
that's where poverty now will deal with you, because your understanding is always wanting to not understand, because you are crippled. You think, no, this is not it, but you will remain poor forever. Think about it. There are people today, I always hear Chris mentioning here on stream, he say, my brother, we gave you a chance, we will not allow you, you will not benefit anything from us. You know why? Because that person went ahead and forgot that there is a future.
You know, it's just saying that, guys, and this is a perfect example. We've tried to help how many people we can help. Hence, we bring out the trading tools, we bring out these things, we do this, we do a stream. It was always to help people. And then you gave the example for some of you that were there. And again, I'm not going to name names because you don't want to like embarrass or shame that person. But for example, you have someone who came on the stream telling us their heartfelt story of how they've lost their job, and firstly they went and traded with another prop firm which just has a very, very bad reputation, and they don't want to pay him out. Now it's our problem, and he can't afford to buy an account. Can we please bless him with a free account? Where 2 months ago, this was the same person who went on social media and on our own Discord channels, on our own platforms, and slandered us and wanted to say all these terrible things about us. Yeah. But yet now you want us to help you. So again, it's that same thing, Chad. I don't want to sound like that person, but that wheel of life is always turning. What comes around goes around. So if you are going to be, as you want to say, that negative person, you want to be all these things, it's not going to work out well for you in the end.
Yeah, you don't fight an advantaged man. Never. You are disadvantaging yourself. You would rather learn and understand. You see, learn and understand, and you will see your life changing, because these people will remember you. They will think of you, how good you are, and life goes further.
Yeah. It all boils down to respect. Nothing worth having comes easy. And you know, Chad, and you, Joel, you're saying that, hey, we've always had this conversation. You need to treat the same way you treat a CEO is the same way you treat a cleaner. When it comes down to humanity and who you are, it doesn't even matter at that point if you have money or not. Nothing makes you better than somebody else. You treat everyone as equal, as individuals, and you will get that back in return.
Somebody's asking. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just going to say, guys, something I've always said to people, and it doesn't matter if I meet you for the first time. I will treat you with the same level of respect, and you will have my respect until you give me a reason not to give it to you. But when I meet you, doesn't matter if it's the first time, you will have that, unless you show me differently.
Bonang, may I please see your USDT? Yeah, that's my USDT target is 42,794. That's my target. And then prop firm canceling traders for what you guys just explained does not make logical sense. You don't understand. That's the thing. Logical sense, you are using logic. You have to use a deeper sense, which is a sense of wisdom. It's very simple. It's very simple. If okay, for example, I'm a prop firm trader. I've done, like I told you, I have done so much research about prop firm, and I have even observed how prop firm operates. I know the business of prop firm. I know the behind part of a prop firm. That's why for me, I want to do that business. That's why I can't fight a man who is doing that kind of a business, because that's the business that I want. So logically here, I'm not going to use logic. I use wisdom and understanding. I want to go beyond logical understanding. Because okay, what there's something that came in my mind yesterday. I didn't say it anyway when I was is it yesterday? No, in the morning when I woke up meditating around 3 a.m. kicks. You know, this thing came into my mind. I think I'll post it. I wrote a very long message like this. I said there is a corporate thing or marketing. They sell you a picture, and you, because you saw a picture, you fall in love with the picture. Okay, let me give you a scenario. Let's say me and you kicks today, I have a 500,000 investment. Then you have a 5,000 rand account bank balance with a car that you are owing 500,000 rand. When people are looking at us, they would look at you as a rich man because you are driving a fancy car with latest whatsoever, but you are in debt. And then for me, I'm walking with my flip-flop. I have invested 500,000 in a major outcome or return that will come later. So a person who is walking in the street is seen as a poor man after investment. And then there's a man who is driving a car temporarily in debt, and he has got no source of income to clear that debt. He is viewed as a rich man. So I said, this world has sold people an idea of moving by sight, by what people see, by what people observe in their side. So corporate has mastered the mindset of a human being. They sell them a picture, and a man falls in love with a picture, not the behind the scene. That's why even prop firm industry, they say we are funding you, but there is a behind the scene that you fell in love with the fact that you are funded, but you didn't want to fall in love with the reality behind the scene. That's where making money comes in, because now you understand the behind the scene. So I said in the morning when I was meditating, the Holy Spirit said to me, do not be an individual who is moved by the world, in the world. Be able to live and let the whole world disappear. Be in your own world, where no one's opinion matters, when no one's dress code matters. It's you alone and your God against whatever you are against. But do not be influenced to buy a car because Kicks bought a car. Also, do not be influenced to get married because Kicks got married. Do not be influenced to do this because that one did that. Do you. Then you will go far in life. Basically.
Chad, as you said, sorry, we as I see Rooks is on it there for us, but Chad, the thing is we are in trades already. The markets aren't really doing much, so we are just having a chat with you guys, and it's just, I think, the topic of discussion that came up there. So you learn about values and trading on these streams. What else do you get? Much respect to the 2Gs. Appreciate you, brother. But Chad, literally markets are ranging, so we are just hanging out. We wait and see what's happening. You guys can see the trade Bonang is in. Chris is in shorts on gold. Obviously he's not here yet, so I can't show you that, but you guys know he is in shorts and starting to scale in there. And then for myself, I am not in on anything yet, so that is pretty much it, guys. So that's why we're just watching what's happening, discussing the charts, breaking down, because at the end of the day, Chad, remember, I think that's the thing. There's a lot of stuff the guys are very unaware of in this industry. And the reason they're unaware is hence why they keep getting scammed. That's just the reality. People don't know better.
Yeah, because a person who actually they're not being scammed, kicks. These people are customers, and remember, to be a customer, your money has to go because you are a client, and you have chosen to remain a customer. You don't want to understand. So it's not a scam. You are somebody's customer. You are somebody's business, and you are going to continue paying that person for the lack of knowledge. For the lack of knowledge, you will continue paying.
Sorry, but I'm just checking here quickly. Your camera froze. I'm just trying to see what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it's
I think
I have
it
to
might
refresh.
be on your side, my brother.
Let me refresh it. But this side is running smooth. I'll just refresh it again. Let's go. I think we need to start focusing on chatting about the charts and
there we
trading.
go.
Gets boring when you talk about negatives in the industry on every stream. I don't know why you are bored. You must be having a problem.
But are you still trading German 40? Do you trade German
I
40,
do.
bro?
I do.
Oh,
it's my secret gem. Yeah. Very, very volatile one. That one. Good money there. I do.
Any of the G's heard about Blueberry Funded? Heard about them. Don't trust them. But thing is, Chad, I'm gonna put this. How can I say this? I have a friend of mine, obviously also quite big in the trading space, who works with them. I actually used to. I don't think he does work with them anymore. And going back to the day when this thing was all happening, already we're going back to like TFT in those days. And I said to him, listen, bro, with everything that's happening in the prop firm space, obviously we know FTMO's there, but we want to see what other options are there. I said to him, obviously, I trust you and you promoting Blueberry, so are they cool? And he turned around and he said to me, hey, my brother, if I'm going to be honest with you, you're a mate, take your money somewhere else. Don't go there. And I'm not going to name names. I actually probably even have some of the messages. That's what I'm just going to say. This is coming from someone who promotes for them, but is going to tell his friends, listen, take your money somewhere else. Don't go trade there. So that's all I'm going to say. After that, I haven't even looked into them, so I can't tell you their conditions. I can't tell you their pricing. I can't tell you anything about them. But yeah, that's just unfortunate there. People need to be educated about the pitfalls of the industry, 100%. Die ou vra elke dag die kak vra, which one? Keys, how long does it take to get the live funded account? From who, my brother? From VF?
Not voicing out about a bad service that a service provider rendered you to just because you need them is a poor man thinking.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Not voicing out about a bad service that a service provider rendered due just before you need them.
Just because you need them.
I don't get it. Who are you talking about that you're saying that now?
They are simply saying, I think people don't understand the same way I do, because remember I was trying to explain fact that you don't fight at an advantaged man, and somehow he says that's a poor service rendered to you. You should voice out. You are poor if you don't. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to say. So if you don't voice out, that's a poor man thinking.
Yeah. No.
That's what they're saying.
So Chad, funny enough, and this was something we actually spoke about. We spoke about it when I got back from FMIS. And you know what's funny is this is where we talk about the social restraints of everyone in the industry, because there is those scammers, and I think we all know who falls under that category when we talk about it. But there is these scammers on the market where you can look left, right, center. Every day you go onto social media, there's someone telling you how they got scammed by that person. Yet these people still get clients. But you know what's interesting is these are the same people, when they go to an event, they got scammed by you, You technically took his money. You gave him these false promises. We've heard all the horrific stories. But now when you go to an event and you see this guy in person, just because you know on social media he's a big deal, even though what he did to you, all of a sudden you forget about that because you want to quickly go and be nice to him because you want to get a photo with him just so that you can go post on social media, oh, check who I got a photo with. And it's like you completely forget what these people do to people. And yeah, it was honestly mind-blowing. What is it about South African brokers that makes most traders be skeptical trading with them? My brother, if you are a South African trader, I think you'd be able to answer that question yourself. Basically, you say that the only broker backed prop firm. Technically, they're not, because if you think about it, if I'm correct, Funder Next, I think also just got their own broker now, and FTMO owns three brokers, and literally three of the biggest brokers on the planet. So technically, I'm not going to say that they only backed a broker-backed prop firm. How's Funder Next so far, Keegs? My brother, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was actually going good. So I got a soft breach on the account because of this rule of theirs, and it was very, very interesting. I'm gonna actually pull up the account to show you guys, but I got a soft breach for some stupid rule. So it's the first time I've even heard of it, but hey, I'm not going to talk bad about them. It's the first time the rule it's there, it is in their things, but I didn't see that rule. But I'm not going to talk bad in the sense of I can't actually say I didn't have a bad experience. The conditions, the spreads, things like that, they weren't actually bad. So I can't actually complain about them. They, from the little bit I could experience while I was trading that account, wasn't bad. It really wasn't. They do slip your stop a little bit, but but that wasn't bad. And when I mean, for example, guys, like I think when the account got breached at 2% up, so I was 6% up, took a loss, took a few wins, and then it was back and forth, and then it I think closed out. And it was and even when I say this, as you guys know, I'll do like 1%, and like let's say 1%, so it's $100,000 account. That's obviously $1,000 that you may be getting closed at like 1,050 or 1,060, sometimes 1,100. So they are slipping that stop a little bit, but everything else, execution, spreads, things like that, they really weren't that bad. I'm not gonna bash a company just to bash them.
Yeah, and then this Jordan says, imagine an unprofitable traders with IB links. Now this industry can be curious sometimes. Let me tell you something, Jordan. Let me tell you something. Do you know what is an IB? Point number one. IB is actually safer than a trader who goes through under IB. One IB introduces you to a broker. Do you know that you can actually make money by just being an IB and not a trader at all? There is too much money there just by being an IB. So you can have an IB link and share that link with people and make money out of that without you even being a trader. You can actually, for the rest of your life, make a living out of being an IB only.
Yeah, you know, so Bonang, so you add into that, Chad. This is the funny thing for me. So we were put in a group thing the other day. I saw with the XM partners, and again, I could still be wrong. But what was funny for me was let's just put a number out there, Chad. Let's put a number out there. You guys think now of people that are traders and these influencers and all these things. If you had to say your RBs, how many RBs do you think they have? And that, to be fair, that's just what's on this group. So there could even be more. There could even be more. But what do you think? How many RBs they are for a company? Let's just like spit a number out, Chad. What do you guys think?
Are they typing? Somebody says 1,000.
Let's see, Chad. I'm going to let you guys enter a few numbers. I just want to see where you guys' heads are at. running 50 max. Okay, so you guys are quite volatile from your own numbers. 1,000 to 2,000 to 50. Yeah, the mark your IBs. Literally, Chad, and as I say, just for this group, and that's what I say, that's just the group I'm seeing. There could even be more. There's 4,600 and something IBs. Keep in mind, Chad, like that is crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Crazy numbers. And like now my thing is the reason I'm saying that's crazy is when you think about that, how many, like if you had to think here of RBs for a company, and we remember we're saying one company, we're not talking the industry here, we're talking one company, one broker, one prop firm, one whatever. And let's say now, even if you had to say Vault Funder, let's even just take Vault Funder as an example here. We're talking 4,000. Those are the numbers. 4,600 IBs. Now, turn that around and say, if you had to go on the back of your hand, how many can you name? Do you see on social media that are the bigger names, the people, even if they're not a bigger name, but maybe you see them pop up, you see that and you're like, I know this guy works with them. But trust me, I'm going to say what, you can barely probably name 10 that work for the same company. So when I saw the number, I was like, holy crap. Like, I was even shocked when I saw that number. I don't even think there's 4,000 profitable traders in SA. Yeah, I definitely don't think that there is as well.
Somebody's asking, someone doesn't know what is an IB. What are you referring to when you say IB?
An IB stands for introducing broker. So it's literally in the meaning, you are a person that introduces a client to the broker.
Same. So if you don't know IB again and you're a trader, it's a problem. That's why someone will get bored when we're discussing here. But we are actually opening eyes to you so that you can understand the industry itself and how this industry operates. Think about it. You have your 1,000 Rand. I am an IB. I introduce you to a broker. You put your 1,000 Rand. You are faced with me. One, when you open a trade, I earn a commission from your trade. Two, the broker earns commission also from your trades, plus the market. You are at risk 3 times. That's why you need an IB who can actually help you leverage, not lose, so that when you win, they also win. But there are IBs who just send you to a broker, abandons you, that's over for you. You understand? And look at it, XM with the 2Gs. They're actually helping you. They send you an indicator. Let's make money, all of us. Those are the kind of IBs that you need. Not a person who will say, no, take this link, register here, and then let's go. Then, boom, your money is gone.
Yeah, so just to answer you there, Michael. So the rule that they hit me with, and that's why I said it doesn't make sense, but it technically is there. And I think that's because, as I said, I got slipped at the end. It kind of was going to the end of a news event, but it was for gambling behavior. So what that means is professionally traders typically risk no more than 1% at a given time and maintain margin usage within 20 to 30%, ensuring sustainability and consistent performance. Financial insurers address gambling behavior. Traders may receive a formal warning emphasizing the importance of a resembling trade. In case of repeated violations, leverage reduction may be applied to enforce better risk control. Additionally, the 1% risk limit rule, which can become implemented, limiting exposure to 1% risk at any given time. Now, that was the thing for me. So I can tell you there was a point I did see that I think I did get limited because they weren't letting me, like, trades that I could risk or trades that I did take in the beginning I couldn't take anymore. But so I didn't think that happened to me. I do not remember getting any formal warning other than when I got the breach. But yeah, that was basically for gambling behavior. And the funny thing is, Chad, is if you guys know, so when I do a phase 1, I'll get aggressive with it. If anything, I will do 2% max if you're going to argue something. If I really want to see something monitor, like if we're close to, for example, certain levels and I want to see if it holds that or not, you may be pushing it 2.5%. And keep in mind, I only do this, and again, people that have been in our seminars, you'll know if I'm talking shit right now. But I've said that in a phase 1, I will go 2% and 2, like I say, pushing 2.5, but only in a phase 1 and only if I'm up on the account. Hence, as I said to you, and that's where I started taking some losses. And then obviously I got that regulation rule there. So, yeah, it is in their rules. I didn't see it, but it is there. It is stated. But yeah, so that's how I kind of lost that account.
And I think we have exhausted our knowledge now. I think from the way I'm sensing the entire stream here, Chris, Kicks, I think there are people who don't deserve to know. Or if people they know, then there's a problem. There are people who should remain in the dark, and I feel sorry for them, because how can you get offended by us sharing light to you?
Yeah.
You get offense out of us sharing light to you, and you are offended. You are seeing knowledge as boring.
This is IB's regulated. So IBs, if you have to go to the past line, we talk about this. Technically, an IB doesn't have to be regulated. They don't have to be for the broker side. So if you go to any broker, you apply to become an IB, you can do it. Hence why those numbers are so high. But that's where the FSCA comes in. You can't be giving financial advice. So hence, how can you be a broker? And any IB, 90% of the time, has a signals group, things like that. So technically, in aspect, yes, your IB should be regulated, but they aren't. It doesn't mean they have to be. So you don't have to be regulated to become an IB. And this, again, is kind of where it links up to your South African brokers. But, yeah, that's a whole story. But, yeah, to answer you, no, they don't have to be regulated. They should be, but they don't have to be.
Looking at your office, Bonang, looking awesome with those past funding certificates. Yeah, this side is past. The white side is the payout certificate. So side funded account, it's not really passed. It's funded certificate. Funded 4 million, funded 2 million, funded what. Then the other side paid out 500,000, paid out 200,000, paid out this. So that's how it is. So we can flip it, and then
yeah, Kijita, that's what I'm saying. Technically, they don't have to be, because yes, they can just be recommending you. But as I was saying, in South Africa, most of the time, how the guys get you is trade into my IB link, and I'll put you in my signals group. And because they have a signals group, and the signals group is giving you trades, that's giving you financial advice. So, yeah, that's why I say I agree with you. Yes, in the aspect of, hey, if I'm just recommending you, then I don't need to have regulation just to recommend you to someone. But if you're using services and I'm giving you trades and I'm doing all this, then you do need to be regulated. Keith, have you seen the same power that these guys are putting out with the new RS3? Bro, the new RS3s are dope. I like them. IB's usually the guy that will rip you off. Hey, I appreciate the live talks just as much as the education. You guys balance the two well, so thank you. Really appreciate it, bro. Keys and Chris, thank you for bringing Bonang on stream. He's a game changer. Yeah, now Bonang's a G. Be a secret IB. Put your link on Google Ads. Pay for it to pop up first on Google search. Hey, Kyle, you thinking outside the box? Yeah, simple.
That's wisdom.
You thinking outside the box there, brother.
Yeah, people will be registering. You get your commission, you're done. Whatever happens to the account is none of your business.
Yeah. Yep, that's the part of the plan. While to close 50% of my lot, then leave the remaining to run. Yo, Chad, indices aren't really moving, eh? They are literally standing still. Gold not doing much yet. Tested Asia highs, now it's coming back down, so we'll see. But yeah, markets really not doing much, eh, Chad? So we're just trying to see what we can get you. Obviously, we are looking to take a nice trade, but we're not going to force anything.
Okay, Chris, do you know that Kicks? Do you know? do you know that I made money actually by being IB somehow? And I always hear people say, I don't have enough money to fund. I don't have enough money. You can actually make money from IB. I remember I have reports. I have proof. I could withdraw 2,000 from my 2,000 rand from my IB link, and I put it on. I withdraw direct into my trading account. I take it to 30,000. So you don't have. There's no excuse to change your life. There is always something that can actually give you money, so that you can change your life.
Or Chad,
there's always something.
I'm going to give you guys a little insight, just because Bonang is literally talking about that. So, as you guys know, as 2Gs, we're actually going to bring out a little service there for you guys. So from next week, from July, basically, we always believe in this. Your own community becomes your marketers in a point. So, for example, we always talk about word of mouth. If a product's good, the product sells itself.
Yeah.
If you just need word of mouth, and we're actually going to start rewarding that now. So, for example, let's just take you guys all in the community here, the Chad. We're basically going to tell you guys, listen, you obviously have our platform. You guys don't have to do anything. We deliver the service. We do everything. We do the heavy lifting, let's call it. And I'm not going to say the clients, just again, bringing people to the family, introducing people, for example, to the indicator, introducing people to do that. And depending on the amount of people you bring in, we will give you a little cut at the end of every month. So we even start rewarding you guys. So for the guys that you help grow the community, and the community grows, and you get your split.
That's what I heard Chris saying. That very powerful.
So we're gonna have the community grow the community, and at the same time you grow it, we're gonna help you.
So you don't jump into some. I was attending to one of my student. Is in America. I was attending to him. I was like, no, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are in a platform that you don't understand, but you want the money out of that platform. You are going to risk it. I mean, you are at risk. So you would rather make a full research, even if it can take you 3 years. It's fine.
Yeah.
Proper research, investigate, ask proper questions, get answers, Google them, and when you are done, go for it. You are unstoppable.
Got a little fresh cut there. That would be good. Keys was thinking about the other day. Yeah, I know it's going to be very, very exciting stuff. Good morning, Bonang and Keys. I'm relatively a new sub, 2 months from Uganda. Okay. I thank God for coming across this channel as a lady who is new in the trading journey. That is awesome. You are welcome. We are so glad to have you part of the family.
100% welcome.
How much per client do you get for using Iron 2000? What is in how much us or how much is in you? As we said, Yaquibus, we're going to talk to the guys. We will do it properly there. But yeah, you guys basically, let's put it this type of way. Guys, who ever did Herbalife? Let's think about it this way. Who ever did Herbalife? Keep the education coming, guys. 100%. We definitely not going to stop. We're loving the education and doing it for you guys. Ask me how. There we go. So that's the same thing, guys. For those that did Herbalife, we always said, like, if you look at other businesses, there's ways the guys do things where genuinely, if you actually pay attention to them, let's call it this, the business model isn't a bad business model. But you need to find a way of how can you take it and how can you change it to work with your business and adapt it to be beneficial. And that's going to be the same thing, yeah. So it's purely that idea of bringing something like that in, but allowing you guys. And that's what I say. Think of it as trading. So you literally grow the community. You don't have to do anything. We do the heavy lifting. As I said, we provide everything. You just have to bring the people, grow the community, and we're gonna get you guys sorted. And at the same time, that also relies on literally, chat. Think of it this way: you guys can get to a point where you're gonna be funding your trading account every month just by bringing people to the community. Think about that. So it really can become something, and we're not gonna be snoop with this, guys. So we're gonna be fair on you guys. You do the work, you grind it out, you do this with the community, and you can reap the rewards. Are you allowed to use trade copier softwares on VF? You can. You just can't use high frequency. That is it. No high frequency bots. Herbal Half. My friend Cristiano Ronaldo does Herbal Half. There we go.
Okay, again, learning more about bots. Guys, bots is just a strategy that you automated. So you even copy trader is also a strategy. You automate this one, copies that one. So you just have to check the strategy that you are using in order for you to continue trading with it. So if the risk, the rules of the account does not allow certain trading criteria, you can actually automate a trading EA that has a strategy that allows that trading criteria, and then you automate them. But for me, I have prop firms that don't allow me to execute 2 minutes before the news, and then when I automate those EAs, I have to write a script that says if there is news. Now you can imagine I have to get a feed from there, combine the servers. So some automation can actually be a disadvantage for you because the EA can't read that it's news time. It always executes itself.
Yeah, so if you saw, as I said, we're going to be starting it basically from the new months. We just getting some things in place. We wanted to be very, very smooth for you guys. Literally, you guys know when we do anything, we make sure we do it properly. So, for example, you guys will have literally, I want to almost call it similar to an IB, but obviously, if you guys have seen basically how the IB platforms and that works, it's going to be something similar to that. So you almost can have your thing. You can log in. You can check how many, let's say, referrals you've made. On the referrals, you can see how much money you've made off the referrals, and then you can almost do your withdrawals or whatever the case is whenever you want it, or put it into your trading account or things like that. Like we want to build a proper, like a platform or an app or something. So it's going to be proper, but as you said, that is a thing for next month. So we will definitely keep you guys updated on it.
And how can you be a trader who doesn't understand that even the logic of Herbalife works? It works. It's there in FX trading.
Yeah. Keys,
somebody has to somebody has to refer somebody.
Yeah. That's it. No, Chad, we kept on saying it, and it's one of those things. It's just an idea of, we keep on saying, you know what, 2Gs is going to take over the trading space. We want to become that household name in South Africa, and this is it. We're going to empower our community, and we're going to get you guys up and going, and we're going to start making some moves. We're going to change the industry in 90 days, guys.
Beautiful. Gold is on those SL entries. That's where we are sitting there. This will be a nice drop, I'm telling you. From there, nice.
Indices going to have doji candles today. Yeah, they definitely could.
And then we have got US 30 sales running as well. And then we have got NASDAQ loading now. The NASDAQ also on sales. So everything is smooth. We're just going to wait and see how the market goes. Let's not forget we are running sales. So when we are discussing like this, it's just that we want people to be always informed, not forgetting that we are trading. We are not playing here.
2G's international. I like the sound of that.
Bonang, you think gold will hit the TP? Yes. This is a small move for gold. You don't see that yesterday. It's almost 1 pip left to the TP. It's gonna do this. It's coming here. Yeah. Do you know what gold does? Gold. This movement can be in 1 minute. One. Even if it's in H1. Gold. You don't play with gold. It's too small for this one. Yeah, it's too small. It's not too long.
People get hurt with gold.
Mm.
Chad, I'm gonna wait a little bit, then I might actually take a sell on gold. Yeah, I just want to see. Oof, it's getting quite aggressive.
I think the stream should have a sound notification that says smooth in Bonang's voice, like the opening bell. All right, yes. Chris had said I must record audios and send him. I will. But you see, I have a problem with Mo. Mo has a problem. This thing is kind of offending me now. Mo, we have recorded almost 4 times. There's always audio issues.
But you must talk to him. You must talk to him, bro.
For me, I was like, no, maybe Mo, he doesn't want to really publish that. He's just coming up with an excuse of saying, audio, Bonang, audio. So I was like, so are we going to continue pushing up and down on one thing? Like then Mo will say audio. That's not good. So Mo, you must come and report yourself here.
That's just
Now, myself, like, I was like, Mo, we're no longer going to record that anymore now. That's what I was saying. Like, Mo, let's leave it because we will still have issues with the audio again. You cannot doubt the bets from the prophet. Thank you, sir. I'm done for the day. US state sale is on point. Enjoy yourself, my brother. Yeah, you can't. Why should you doubt? That's a smooth one. Even NASDAQ there, smooth. Now, guys, listen. Hey, Kicks. Me, I don't edit these things. I don't edit these things. These things are purely real.
Yeah.
Live. We are doing it live. So we can't edit them. We do it every day live. And I mean, the skill is there, man. It's not a thing that we are taking chances. The skill is there. So I don't know what else you are looking for. But I'm not saying I should be anyone's favorite in terms of trading. What do yourself? Do you? If favor gap works for you, do it. Yeah, just be yourself. Don't be me. Be yourself. But for me, do you know what I overcame? I overcame a lot of disaster by neglecting things that didn't really work for me. I took them out. I noticed that this is purely waste of time. You see, so don't be an individual who pursues something that you see that this thing is not working anywhere, but you continue running after it.
Here's my key. Will you help me?
See,
there we go, Chad. There's the
look
big
for
man.
what works.
Alrighty. Sorry, Chad.
Right.
Little false alarm. My car said 2 of my tires were flat, so I quickly stopped at. I almost wanted to say Boulders, but. Keeks, how's it going, my brother?
Hey, bro, can't complain.
Bonang.
I'm well, sir. How are you? Good morning.
Is prosperity boring you guys yet or not yet? Getting there.
No, we are not gonna be bored.
Okay.
Yeah, we enjoy ourselves every day, sir.
Chad.
Was this at Wedgwood, Chris?
No. You can honestly, Keeks know where I went. I went for a little cut. Wednesday, Keeks is gonna go later. That is the standard installment these days. But
Who's the young gent on stream? Hey, Chris,
Fresh cut.
he's fresh cut.
you guys are way too kind. Yeah, you can put
Enjoy
everything in my car. Except the shirts. I need to send that back to Sniper. The 2 shirts, but the pants and the jacket.
Cribbo in the house. I'm buying gold at 33.27.
Who's that?
Leon.
I'm short,
From
Chad.
here.
I called the shorts. Keys in it just before I drop sauce here on the guys.
Yeah. Once you're ready, I'll let them. They can
I don't
see your
want to
position.
throw some Mac Nuggets here on the guys. I want to throw some Mac Nuggets. Okay, Keeks, you can throw over here to me.
There we go.
All right, Chad. Already did my analysis. Sent to Project G this morning. Bullish on indices, bearish on gold. Only problem with indices, we are already quite extended on the day. There's your point of control. We're going to talk about that shortly. Quickly want to talk about gold. Why did I short gold? So go on the daily real quick. Let's just do this so that you are very aware of what I'm doing. Alrighty, Chad, here we go. So typical daily range for gold last 20 days, 27 points. What is the average upper wick there? Average upper wick is $12. So let's quickly measure from the daily open. Let's measure 12. There we go. So if I'm bearish, the average top wick is going to be there. Okay. Let's call it TW. All right. Average top wick there. All right. I'm bearish. Why am I bearish? We closed bearish yesterday. We broke beneath this structure there. We've got a daily wick to fill. We've got all of this bearish momentum. What is going to make this just turn around? It's highly unlikely. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's unlikely. So average stop wick, that is where I shorted from. I will be monitoring the daily flip. I see Jordan was long, but don't let my positions throw you out of your positions. You still ultimately need to trade your plan. I think I called it somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. Stop loss is going to be round about 30. All right. You can say, oh, Chris, 30 is way too big. You don't have to trade it this way, guys. Trade your own way. What is 30 times 75%? That gives me 15, 22.5. But let's go with 25. All right. That's going to be the target. If price was going to go against me, I would build up a position. Why would I build up a position? Because even if I am on the wrong side, price pushing against me, I will still be trading in the average daily range, and to some extent I can still get out at break even. And now adding further, let's quickly look at where our point of control is. There's our point of control. We have now broken down on that. So this is the idea on gold. That's why I shorted there. I called it out for you guys while I was waiting for my car. Please drop a... What is this? Oh, thank you so much. Is it hot? Lava again? No, it is lava, but I thank you guys for it. Chad, drop 7 if you are short on gold for some reason. A big guy in a green shirt saying he's short gold. You shouldn't be short in gold, but if you are, drop a 7. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, so that's gold for me, Chad. Nothing more, nothing less. US 30, let's quickly look at it. Daily. I was actually short last night. Got out at break even there at that average daily range. So if you guys want stream yesterday evening, what did I tell you guys? There's still that little block. So actually there's your 2 standard deviations on your average daily range. Gave about 90, almost 80. Okay, 80, got out at break even. Unfortunately didn't really continue down. Now today, again, what do we expect after 2 massive extension days? We expect some type of consolidation. You can see for the most part, if you go back on the last couple of weeks, if I just take some of the extensions before a pullback, let's look at this extension quickly, Chad. Let's take that extension. That's quite a nice extension before a pullback. That extension was 1,744 points. Let's look at our current extension. This is 1,200, so it's getting close to 1,700. I am super bullish on US 30 with this breakout, but also, again, like I said yesterday, this breakout is not yet confirmed. Okay, so there's a very high likelihood that we can flip bearish, come down, test that level, and then continue bullish from there, or even close back inside of the range. Okay, so we were talking about this range yesterday. This is just one big consolidation. And where can we go to next? There's that level we marked out yesterday. That is most likely where we will go if this is a sustained breakout. Now, however, Let's look at this bottom wick. Average bottom wick is 120 points. That was only 21. Okay. Now looking at our daily session, we are at Asia highs. Okay. So if you've been around, you know that we do not buy something like this off Asia highs. We want a clear extension like yesterday and then a retest. So our advantage point here on this trade, because I'm also short with Bonang, basically same entry, supporting my brother there. I like the trade idea, Asia highs. And our advantage point is Asia lows and that 200 EMA. That is where we can start to potentially manage the trade, because if we hold Asia lows, we hold that 200, that could be the bottom wick for the day. So I am short from here somewhere. When I got on the stream there at Tiger Wheel and Tire, I saw Bonang is also short. And I quickly did my analysis and I like it. So where can we go to next? We can go to retest that area. That's actually where my take profit is set. That is that daily level we marked out. So short with Bonang on this. I haven't set my average daily ranges as of yet. So let's just move that out of the way. That's the idea there. NASDAQ. Let's quickly look at NASDAQ on the daily. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful breakout above all-time highs. We actually briefly nipped all-time highs late last night. I was short on NASDAQ as well off that average daily range. Closed that out at break even as well. So we have this closure above. Okay, again, very, very extended. At one stage, we are going to pull back and we can come to retest this breakout zone there, or if it's a shallow retest, we'll test that zone there. Daily flip, let's just get that on the screen. There we go. Let's quickly look at the lower time frames. What is that? I now delete my where's my 2G's Chris? There we go. Oh, there's it's coming out. Okay, so this also currently rejecting Asia highs, relatively tight daily range, so nothing for me on NAS. GU, I was bullish to start off today because of that breakout there. However, you know we don't buy Asia highs, Chad, unless it breaks out. So there, nothing doing here for me on GU. GJ, let's look at GJ on the daily. Little pause candle yesterday, breaking previous daily high. This is bullish. Was there an opportunity to get involved here? Let's quickly look at it. No. No opportunity. So you could look at this, Chad, a little bit later if we get there. But Chad, that is it. That is the only two positions that I'm currently in. And yeah, smooth and silky as we try and keep it at Keeks. Never fresh.
That's it, brother. I just need 2% to pass my first phase. Let's go. Hey, beautiful stuff.
Did I miss anything in the chat today? Everyone
not
good?
Really, What's up, guys? I'm back. Good to have you back. Where did the gold level reach, and is it too late to enter a short?
No, my brother, you must trade what your plan is. If you're asking me, should you enter here? I don't know what your trading plan is. I don't know what your strategy is. Even if I tell you to enter short here, what is your plan? Where's your stop loss? Where will you exit? How will you manage the trade once it's in profit? So a question like that is just naughty. That is a naughty little question. Chris likes to say young Elvis Presley. Yeah, he went quite aggressive here. Keeks, what he wrote. A little bit aggressive there on the wave.
Hey, man's rocking it though, bro.
A little aggressive there on the wave. I don't know if you like the theme, green watch band.
Hey, man's ready for it, bro. Had to, the little Phillies, alles, bro.
Phillies, alles, my dude.
Had to just let
Big,
them know.
big
listen,
socks.
I'm ready for this, guys. Would it be considered gambling if I copied your positions without a plan?
Yes. Try and figure out why, or not figure out. We tell you why we enter. So start building a framework of how we enter, and then start building your own idea around it. And then you can use the stream as a confirmation. But all of this was shared with you guys, and we've been sharing it day in, day out. So there's literally no excuse for you, if you stick around, to not know what is going on. The idea is to not be codependent on us. Our idea is to get to build a lot of independent traders that have the ability to trade on their own. Because we might retire at the end of the year. You don't know. We might retire, and then you sit with nothing because you were only copying and watching Netflix. But the guy that's been locked in, he wouldn't mind us retiring.
I want to go watch Netflix.
Yeah, I also want to be bored after I did my morning session, like some people who know. I also want to ask Keeks, bro, I'm so bored. What are we doing today?
Another day trying to take over the world.
June 35. Ed just said June 35.
Last day, Chad.
35, last day to capture that.
It's your last day.
247. I'm gonna do this quickly.
Chris, you know we always follow you into the fire.
Chad.
Yep, we'll share the reason for the shorts. There we go. June 35, so we can move into July 45. Hey.
Chad, okay, I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you guys a 50% discount. Alright, 50, drop a 1 if you guys want a 50% discount, but there's going to be a condition for it.
Ooh.
There's going to be a condition for it.
You might pull a Donbo. Hey.
Who's that?
Mothio.
There's a condition for the 50% off.
Here's your ones.
Alright. What do you think the condition is?
I'm trying to think of which way you're viewing this.
50% off.
50% off.
Did you guys see Joe's
I've got a
post about
condition.
indicator? What indicator? Yeah.
It's only going to be a one step. Okay.
The Joash post about our indicator or an indicator?
Bro. Joe must keep quiet. He's
Oh,
that little
Chad,
child who'll open his mouth and then goes and cries.
me and
and
Keeks
you-
had a chat yesterday. We're not entertaining anyone. We're just doing what we're doing. So, not really phased what anyone says.
50% off, but you must buy 2 accounts.
Okay. 50% off too.
Pay full price on the first account, 50% off the second.
Okay, I tell you what, Chad. Oh, I don't know, it's back.
Yeah, I think it dropped for a bit, but it's back.
What do you guys rate? Ed, what do you rate? 50% off, 50% profit split. It's a give and take.
%50 off, but the chat must help Chris get to Keeks ready.
Jordan, we might need to do that. I'm still not secure, dude.
It says POV, you lied about being a trader. Now they want you to use indicators on charts with him on a tablet on trading view, standing behind his car with the indicator on. What?
What is the condition? That means we split the loss as well. I'm already giving it to you at 50%, Carl. So 50% discount, 50% profit split. It's a give. Sometimes in life you gotta give to get. That's
It would be
fair.
awesome to shadow you for a certain time, but having paid fee for your services. So, hey, Chris needs the profit split to widen the bridge in his house. But yeah, let's be honest, none of us are standing by our Lambos, you know. Hey.
No, still get. Or Chad. No.
No refund on passing. Ooh.
50-50. What do you guys rate? If you guys, if we get the likes to 250, we will drop a 50% discount code today. 50% payout split.
Sure.
What do you guys rate?
Cribbo is going in here, Chad.
Do you guys want it?
Cribbo is going in.
Or Ed, what we can do, no refund, but we got a coupon code. It could be June 500. So they get 500% of their refund. But it's paid over 5 payouts. Think about that. Chad, which one do you guys like? The 50-50 or the 500%?
Chad, what happened on you yesterday?
What happened?
Bro.
Smoothness. Bonang selling, my brother.
That is Bonang's position. Where's Bonang's camera again?
I disappeared.
Yeah, but it's on our side. There you back, my brother. You back.
What do you guys rate? 50% off, no refund on passing. That could also... Chad, let's get some discount ideas. Remember, we're not a charity. It's still a business, eh? So... give me some ideas. Let's see what the chat comes up with. I've got the 50%, the 50-50, 50% off, 50% split. I've got the idea of no refund, but a 500% payout. So every time you get a payout, you get your refund again 5 times. Jason giving an idea there, 50% no refund on passing. Buy a 100k account, get the next one for 50. Okay, buy 150 off. All right.
Buy a 100k account, get the next one 50% off.
%50 off, but you get 100% of the profits. Jeez. That's a tough one. Buy 2, get 1 free. I honestly thought that 50-50 is a good one, Keegs. What do you rate? Or the June 500?
They both decent in their own way. 50% discount, 50% refund.
Gold is running smooth. No, you know, it's flipped. Spreads are triple. No, that's horrific. No, you don't want to, how can I say, you don't want to negatively impact your service.
I think the no refund is probably the best deal. 50% off the account and no refund.
$50%, but can't close it. Okay, 90% off, but you have to trade blindfolded. And your phone is on silent, and you can't use your hands. There we go. Chad, I'm still...
50% off, but your leverage is also 50% less.
No, but you can still... So Chad, here's the thing. I'm gonna choose a few with Theo. I'm definitely gonna choose a few, and I'll put it in the poll. But I've been thinking about how you can potentially, and I know some of the competitors are watching, so it's fine. Just at least chat to us before you steal our idea. We can launch it together. Is to do a subscription fee, similar to what Futures is doing. So you pay a monthly subscription, and in your subscription you get X amount of tries on the accounts. And then once you've passed the account, there's an activation fee you pay. So your barrier to entry is much lower. So you only pay the bigger amount, let's call it 80% of the challenge, once you've passed it. What do you guys think of that? So you can, for instance, have the monthly subscription. You can get X amount of tries on your challenge, and once you've passed, then there's an activation fee for the... So there's no refund.
So a balloon payment for trading.
A balloon payment for trading. But think about it. Is it on my screen, Keeks? Think about it this way. So you pay, let's say, a 2,000 Rand per month subscription. In that subscription, it gives you, say, three tries on a certain account size. If you pass one of those accounts, then there's an activation fee. So you can decide, listen here, I want to activate or not. And then once you've paid the activation fee, your account goes live.
How much is the activation fee?
No, I haven't done the numbers. It's just something.
I actually think that is something you could think of. And I think it would be new for the industry.
Because then you don't have this big upfront cost. And you only pay once you've technically got an account live.
I love your show. Thanks so much. Chris, you just lay in bed and think of ideas. Can I put my name down on the signature of the trading contract? I can't figure out how to get my signature there. Yeah, you can just put your name there. Swing accounts, please. The swing accounts have
Beautiful
been discussed.
trade there, Chris.
Hey, my brother, this is your trade.
Smooth.
This is your trade. When I jumped on, I checked you. So I can't take too much credit for this. This is a Bonang special.
IG's future prop firms do that, but the activation fee is too high.
No. So we won't make it exuberant. I'm just asking. I'm brainstorming ideas because as business owners, we sometimes forget that you guys are the consumers. We've got the ability here to sit daily with you guys and ask you, what is it that the community wants? What is it that the community needs? Not just in trading, but in a business offering environment as well. So I've been constantly thinking of ways how to, make it more accessible. Because if you think about it, I don't know what you guys earn, but 10,000 Rand for a prop firm challenge with the potential of zero return, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money for someone that maybe doesn't have 10,000. Currently, I haven't checked. The big thing is I'm just trying the idea with you guys, see if you guys are on board with it, and then we can do it. Jakesy, what is Jakesy saying? Best of luck. No, $5 sign up fee. Atlas funding is not going to pay you out. I can promise you that. Leon Paper, I'm long in US 30, 40, 50. Look, US 30 is bullish, eh? US 30 is bullish. Don't get me wrong. But also, it has been quite extended. So, Leon, yeah, nothing wrong with. We've been wrong, we've been right. That's what I always say. My brew, I'm a waiter. There we go. No, Apiwe, sorry. That was an isolated incident. It wasn't his stop loss not being activated, so don't stress about that. There was a technical error on his. It wasn't actually a stop loss. His stop loss for some reason didn't set, something like that. But it's sorted.
Another one says swing accounts, please.
The accounts are swing accounts, Chad. You can hold over weekends. That's the only thing with the swing account. You can hold.
But I think where they come from with the swing accounts is the trading use.
Oh.
But then you have low leverage.
I've never heard of We Funded.
We funded.
We Funded.
Geez, do the 50-50 first withdrawal, then second you get 75, and then third max 85.
Okay, so Marcel, the only thing if you do Marcel, I love the idea. The only thing if you do something complex like that is people don't necessarily understand. So, from a marketing perspective, how do I convey that message? You hear what I'm saying? So you want to make it easy and simple. If you start confusing it with tiers like 50% off first payout, you get 50% of your refund. Second ops, 50% profit split. Second, as soon as you make it complex like this, you miss the people. That's why I'm trying something straightforward. Buy one, get one free. I'm not a fan of that.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of that. Chris, why do you keep referring to Chad? It's just
Alright, okay. Michael, to answer your question then, my brother, asked the frame between the Gucci and 10s and the YSL. As I said, those are my two favorites at the moment. The Tom Ford is also up there, but that's a big jump in price. And Chris wanted to know between the two, so I'm gonna say YSL.
Oh, did you bring
Chris
it?
Chris can let you know what he thinks is the better one as well.
Okay.
I'm going with the YSL, but that's the Gucci there.
I think this is the one. No, that's not it.
That's Gucci, and then there's
Very,
the
very
YSL.
nice.
This is the one I said. I think this is like my baby. I
I
love this one.
I like this one. That is very nice. Is this the YSL?
That's the YSL.
Guys, Gucci is good, eh?
Yeah. No, they both brew. They're proper.
Yeah, it was this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
knew it was that one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, so even Chris says them, my brother, the
Yeah.
YSL. So this one.
Yeah, it was that one I was referring to. It's got a...
The black bottle.
I don't know how to explain it. It's got a very unique, spicy... I don't know, you can't call it spicy,
Yeah,
but...
but it's also not,
it's not that
sweet,
floral.
But also it's not sweet.
Yeah, it's not that floral...
Yeah. Yeah, the Le Parfum. But yeah, they amazing ones. Yeah, the YSL is like my baby, and then the Gucci is probably second, then the Tom Ford.
Level Up Academy, it's just streamer slang. Instead of saying chat, You say Chad.
Yeah, Michael, I have it. My brother introduced me to it, and it was amazing.
Jordan,
But that's what I say, I will admit, like these as I say are still special, and they're pricey. But I won't even like the Tom Ford. That's very special. But that's expensive. That is expensive. So I don't even like recommend that because a normal person is not necessarily going to be buying that. Will we know about the 50% deal before the streak ends? The stream ends? Probably not. We need to go do some maths there.
No, yeah, I just I just need to see what capability we have in terms of the back end.
My girl thinks TF doesn't smell that great. Yeah, Chris, but as I say, it has to be the effing fabulous. But as I say, a lot of people don't even know about it because that is just very pricey. You don't even Tom Ford effing fabulous.
How much is it?
I think the last when we got it, it was 16k.
16.
Yeah,
And what does that Gucci one cost?
it's like 4.5.
Oh, that's not bad. It's same as the.
We literally have 60 people.
There we go.
Let's see if there it is. But you think we just get ready to chalk it anyway because
Yeah, let's just check. I'm just gonna take the guys. Let's just see if it comes
it's
back.
back on your screen. Chad, we're back. Yeah, Streamlabs dropped, Chad.
Is it back?
Yeah, it is back. Monanga Mananga. Where is he?
Let's see.
Is Bonang gone?
I think
Did I
Hey.
did I disappear?
just put
There
him
we
back
go.
on.
We got you back.
Is it back? There's it back.
There we go.
Sorry, Chad. Just that a little technical glitch there. Chad, yeah, I think for the most part, I'm just gonna. Sorry for being late today, Chad. I just had a few runarounds. US 30, as I mentioned, we are still effectively bullish. This is our point of control. I am short. What I will say is I will be monitoring this point of control level. If we start trading above it, I'll just kill that short idea. And then I will short at that average daily range, daily R1. That's where I will short from. Otherwise, I'll just be holding this short while we trade below that point of control. NASDAQ, nothing for me. Very, very ugly price action. Gold for me at this stage, running very, very nicely. Next level of management is going to be the daily flip. Once we get to that daily flip, that's when I will go break even on this trade, and I will be targeting 33.11. All right, 33.10. We talked about it yesterday. The most indestructible phone. Donnie Pretorius also saying. Somebody made a phone cover for the 3310 to protect the floor if it ever had to fall on a floor, just to protect the floor. GU, nothing for me. GJ, nothing for me. Geopolitically, things have tempered down a bit. But yeah, Chad, that is my... this was shared with you guys in the chat, unfortunately. So if you weren't watching the chat, you missed that. This is the trade with Bonang. I still like it. So we'll see. That is my management level. But yeah, over to Bonang.
Bonang, you there, brother?
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. Looking at this right now, this is NASDAQ. Guys, from this London opening session, we are sideways kind of a thing all the way sideways, and we are within a zone, key zone, and my buy entry. Remember, I said this: the market is bullish based on the mathematical calculations. We are coming here on NASDAQ 22,524, but I'm choosing not to buy. Why? Because always I have seen it in my experience with this market and with the mathematics, sitting at a resistance area like this. CV next to my key zone actually signifies a resistance. So I want to see this market respecting that and coming down all the way. So very much aware of a buy, but I am choosing for to go with this downward side. And then remember, yesterday we had a CV next to the high or key zone, which was broken. Broken structure was never retested, which we failed to do so. Similar situation with NASDAQ and USD. And then the market created a key zone here, but it's a weaker one. So there's a possibility that the market declines, breaks that level to retest the PRV, now being a previous close. This was yesterday's CV. The market is calling it to come down. So that's why we are selling. Similar situation with USD. I think I've explained it as well. Jumping to gold, which will be my final view for the day. Similar situation, I have said it. Yesterday's sell did not reach my target. I think only 1 point or so left to that, and then the market went back into my entry area, and then right now currently running, I'm still holding those sells. I am not changing my mind there. Basically, I am bearish on NASDAQ, bearish on gold, and also bearish on USD. It's just that I don't like the slow market or the slowness of this market. I would have loved to see this hour 11, at least we know where the market is going. So currently we are sideways. One would say no trading for them. Actually, in this kind of a scenario, you would rather observe. However, sell for me is more convenient than buying. I mean, you can't buy high unless otherwise, and also you can't sell low unless otherwise. I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much.
Here we go. And Chad, obviously from our side, nothing really on the market, so I think that is pretty much it.
Keek, sorry man, who did you see gold yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. Oh, we spoke about it this morning. We said your trade was right.
Yeah. Chad, yeah, sorry man. I think you would have seen on my IG that I had my family stack in closed at a break even. Then later that evening, after I saw we haven't broken that range and we started to hold here, I was like, I'm only going to go in with 0.25% of my normal risk, but just for myself. And the point of control was there. No, the point of control was at 20, and that's where I got out. It was quite late, but again, similar to the trade I took here, just purely based off stats. So yeah, I thought I'd just blow my own horn a little bit just to stroke my own ego because my wife didn't do that last night. So, but now I feel good. Thanks so much, Keeks and Bonang. Really appreciate you guys. And Chad.
Salute.
There we go, Chad. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. We are on that road to 20K, and we're going to see you guys a little bit later for the New York session. So don't go blowing your money. There's still New York to come up. So don't force anything just yet, guys. If you missed out some of these beautiful trades this morning, again, there will be more later on. So as always, Chad, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace and love, and we'll see you guys a little later. Cheers, Chad.
Cheers.
Salute. Thank you.
Ooh.